Hi friends, hope you are doing great. Today we are going to see this concept friends, GCP data engineering. First we are going to see the full load concept. Then second we are going to see the incremental and CDC friends. Okay. In this session we are going to see first full load only friends. Okay. So what is a full load? We are going to see it friends. So basically full load which is like it's like a initial data migration friends. Okay. It's initial data migrations. We are loading the data loading the full data, huge data we could say friends. Okay, so it's like a small data sets, reference master tables also we could say it's like a full load, we can say friends. Now how to do that we are going to see. I'm going to this is a data engineering concept friends. In real time we are using this full load, incremental and CDC change data capture. But in our demo, we are going to use the small data set for our demo purpose, friends. Okay, this is we need to understand the concept. So that is what I'm trying to do that, friends. Okay, so now let's start the demo. First, we need to create a schema, friends. Okay, first we need to create schema. Okay, schema which means data set, friends. Okay, schema if not exist, I'm giving us the name as the demo. Okay, so I'm going to create this data set, friends. First. Yeah, I'm going to create this, friends. Okay. Now we have created the data set, friends. Next, we need to create a table, friends. Okay. I have the script ready, friends. Okay. I'm going to utilize this script. So this is simple, friends. Okay. We are creating the table under this demo data set. Okay. Now I'm going to replace this script, friends. So this is the employee source table we are creating under the demo dataset. So these are the column name, friends. Employee ID, employee name, department, salary, updated it. So updated it, which is a timestamp column, timestamp data type we are giving it, friends. Okay. So now I am going to create this table, employee underscore source table, friends. So I will share the script to you, friends. Okay. Now next is we need to insert the records into the table, friends. Okay. Okay. Now I'm doing, I'm going to insert this three records, friends. Okay. So this is the current timestamp we are giving it. So it will take the current timestamp. Now you can see, friends, here the table has been created. Just I'm going to preview it for our reference. We are going to view that. So just click preview mode. You can see the data, friends. Okay. So now we have successfully created the source table, friends. Okay. So now next step is we are going to create a target table, and next thing is we are going to move the data from the source to target, friends. I can't say move. I need to say copy. Copy the data from source to table. That is known as the full load, friends. Okay. That is known as the full load. Okay. Now next step is we are going to create the target table. Okay, we are going to create a target table along with the column name and the data type, friends. Okay, so now this is the employee target. It's a target table. Then you can see what are the columns we used in the source table. The same column only we are using it, friends. Okay, now we have created successfully employee target, but you can see, friends, there is no data to display. Okay, because we didn't add it, right? Now our goal is we need to copy the source data and paste it into the load it into the target table, friends. Okay, that is what we are going to do. Okay, so for that we have the script, friends. So first step is we need to truncate the table. Okay, in the target table we have to truncate. That is known as the full load. Okay, full load we need to do that, friends. Okay, we need to delete the records. Okay, delete the records if we are having anything. That is the first level. Normally standard, friends, we need to do that. Then next is insert into demo dot employee target. We are inserting the select star from where the source table going to we are going to load it, friends. I mean, we are going to insert it. Okay. Now I'm going to run that. Okay. So go to that BigQuery here, and we are going to use this, friends. Okay. So truncate, right? So truncate table, truncate table. This is the standard, friends. Okay. We need to follow this only. Truncate demo dot employee underscore target. Okay. target, semicolon. So you can see, friends, there is no data, okay? There is no data here, but we need to do that, friends, okay? Truncate table or this target data, target table name. So you can see, friends, zero rows from employee removed. Okay, now you can see there is no row, right? Okay, already it was there only. Okay, now next step is we need to do the insert commands, friends. Okay, so insert into insert into demo dot employee underscore target, friends. Okay, underscore target. Then select statement we need to write it, friends. Okay, select star from select star from which table? Our source table, friends. Okay, demo dot employee underscore source. Okay, it is coming, friends. I'm going to select it. Okay, it's a project ID dataset table name. Okay, so just I'm following the standard. Now if I'm running, if I'm running the target table, previously it was empty, right? Now it will come in the records, friends. Okay, that is what we are going to. Very, very simple, friends. Okay, this is called a full load, friends. Okay, this is called a full load. Okay, three rows has been added now. So just go to that target table, just click refresh it, friends. Okay, you can see the data has been moved, friends. Okay, I think I hope you understood the concept, friends. Full load, okay, full load concept you have understood. So in our next demo, we are going to see the incremental load, friends. Okay, next session we are going to do that incremental load, but here I would like to say something, friends. Okay. Here I would like to say something. Now, in the source table, okay, in the source table, what I'm going to do, I'm going to update the records. Okay. For example, I'm going to update the records first for this employee ID 102, right? This David employee ID. So the salary 70,000, I'm going to update as 75,000. And one more record also, I'm going to add it, friends. Okay. Inserting new records, I'm going to do that. So I have the script ready, friends. So you can see that this is the query for updating the records, friends. Okay. Okay. Now you can see, friends, employee source table. We are updating the salary 75,000 for this one or two record. Okay. Just I'm going to run it now. I'm running it. The statement has been updated. So now you can see 70,000, right? Okay. So it will be changed now. Refresh it. 75,000 it will come from for one or two, friends. Okay. 75,000 it came. Okay. Now I need to add one more I mean, one more change also. This one more record. Okay, one more record I am going to add it, friends, in setting the records in the source table, friends. Setting the record. So basically, in the source table, what we are doing, employee source table, we are adding this record, friends, one not four. Okay, one row has been added. Now we can go ahead and click refresh. Four records it will come, friends. Okay, four records it is coming. Okay. Now you just see the updated timestamp, friends. Okay, updated timestamp. You can see these two record is old record 103 and 101. But 102 we have updated the salary. That is coming like the time 46, right? And this one is 47 because we have added newly, friends. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to run that script, friends. I'm going to do some select statement. Okay, I'm going to run a select statement. Okay, so you can see here 641, right? 646, friends. Okay, 646. The date also we need to change it. 714, 714, 714, and the timing is 0646, 0646. 46 friends. Okay, 46. Now, if we run the two records, it will come, friends. Okay, so I need to. This is known as the incremental load, friends. Okay, for example, in our full load, what we have done, we are loading the data from scratch, right? From everything we are loading it. But incremental load, which means we need to load these two data only. One is updated changes, and one more is inserting the records. Okay. So, but you know the drawback, I could say, friends. So for this also, we can do that the truncate again. If you are doing right, this is the drawback I could say, friends. But I'm going to do that. But this is not the recommended way, friends. Okay, this is not the recommended way. Truncate table, truncate table, and the demo dot employee underscore target, friends. Okay. So basically, what I'm going to do, just deleting the records. Okay, deleting the records in the target table, friends, because we are having three records here, right? So what I'm going to do, you know I'm going to delete this record, friends. Deleting the records. But see, friends, this is a very tricky interview. Okay, so we should not do that. Okay, we should not do these steps. To overcome the problem, we are going to see the next step, friends. Okay, that is what I'm trying to explain it here, so you should understand it. So next, what I'm going to do, insert into insert into demo dot employee underscore target. Okay, select star from demo dot. What we need to do, we need to put the source table, friends. Okay, because we are taking the data from the source only, right? Okay, friends, see, friends, we should not do it, friends. Okay, we should not do. Why we should not do? I'm saying the reason also. Okay, I will say the reasons. Now we can see four rows has been uh, loaded into the target. If I'm going clicking the refresh, we got the four records. We got it, friends. Okay, we got the four records. But you see, friends, you see, all everything has been updated. Okay, everything has been updated. But you see, friends, so this is everything gets loaded again. Okay, everything we are truncating the table, targeting table. We are truncating, but everything we are loading it. But my thing is, friends, I added two things only, right? One is I have updated one salary chips and one inserted one record, right? 104 alias record. I have added, but two changes only it should happen, friends. But it's not happening. If see, this is the drawback. Even if only one row changes, also millions of rows are reloaded. That is known as the full load, friends. So for to overcome this kind of situations, for example, inserting or updating, so we need to overcome it, right? So that for that only we are going to use the incremental load in our next session, friends. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you so much. So your please see my next session to understand the incremental load. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Have a glorious day, friends.